to the developers behind this game. Listen closely. This is not the 1980s era of gaming anymore! I'm convinced that all the developers that keep doing this are just old fucks. I cannot 100% put the blame on FromSoft because this shit has been around longer before them. Fuck this game. And I had some high hopes for this one too. So, where to start with this shit? The usual FromSoft check marks are here. Early enemies kill you in a few hits, check. Enemies popping up out of nowhere because they blend into the background, so you can't notice them, and the devs know you can't notice them, check. BS mini bosses with tons of damage, check. Unfair boss fights, check. Bonfires, check. Shortcuts, check. And get this, you are limited to how many times you can level up. I highly doubt this is a demo only thing. I even went back to check a third time. That is just unbelievable. You have the cheap enemies, leading to the usual grind levels early, so you can avoid most of the bullshit. But this one limits your levels. So when you get to a boss fight, you will go through that multiple times. And I almost forgot. Losing XP after death, check. And that damn boss fight, I won't show the multiple attempts it took. It took 9, 10, or 11. I will not show all that. These fucking developers, man. Just, what is the point of borrowing a concept if you're just going to copy everything? Most of these Souls clones, they're just unofficial Soul sequels. This shitty game right here, just Bloodborne in Paris. Neo, Dark Souls in Japan before Sekiro came out. The Surge, Dark Souls with cyborgs and human augmentation. The first Lord of the Fallen, Dark Souls but Norse. Mortal Shell, Dark Souls with a bigger budget. And so on. While just a few games actually separate themselves from FromSoft. Such as Remnant, like Dark Souls with guns, but that has difficulty selection. Strangers of Paradise, Brawl of Souls concept, but it's fun. And one other game that I actually ordered recently because I forgot about that other Bloodborne clone, Steel Rising. Because of this one mode it has, assist mode. But guess what? They do is just a few settings. You can change how much damage you take. Damage reduction, change if you can gain stamina quick. But also turn off XP loss after death. After playing this garbage, I'll take that. I was focused on these type of games having difficulty selections, but I didn't think of other ways to do it. But Steel Rising having such options, I'll take that over nothing. So when I play that, I won't have to worry about losing XP. I won't have to worry about boss fights being a pain. Mostly a pain. I wouldn't have to deal with the typical FromSoft bullshit. And I haven't even talked about the gameplay itself. In fact, calling it a Bloodborne clone is kind of off point. The combat is nowhere near quick. The combat isn't fun at all. The stamina certainly isn't generous. The sprinting, like, good God, the sprinting is slow as molasses. The mechanics, I mean, the item mechanics. This is one thing I didn't think any Souls clone could fuck up. They really fucked up how items can be used. The way this game does it, it will get in the way. You will use up health items when you don't mean to. And one of the items, the equivalent of pebbles, you remember what that's supposed to do. It's supposed to just draw one enemy. You throw a pebble at one enemy, you draw them to you so you can deal with that instead of a crowd. But you throw this item at an enemy and it draws all of them. What is the freaking point? And one other FromSoft checkmark I forgot. Enemies having insane aggro ranges. Check. And I don't know what else the demo has. After that boss fight, that was it. I uninstalled the game. I saw this second area and you meet Jiminy, but no. No, I'm not going through that shit again. This unfair shit is why I stopped playing these type of games. If these games have to start being financial flops for this bullshit to stop, or to force these developers to either put in difficulty selections or do it in the other way that Steel Rising does. If these games have to fail before that becomes common, so be it. Don't spend your money on this game. Not at full price.